It is a safe bet that we all strive to share positive messages with children, but one lesson that can be difficult for kids and adults to wrap their head around is the concept of sharing. It's an act that proves that kindness is its own reward, and it's one that kids and parents can explore in a new children's book. From our next guest, we're joined today by Jordan Saez. She is a teacher and an author. Jordan, thank you so much for being here this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we're going to get into the book in a little bit, but first I want to talk to you about being a teacher. Tell me about your experience as a teacher.
Well, I've been a public school teacher for 3.5 years, and after the pandemic, I decided to open my own micro school as well. So I had the chance to teach children in a homeschool style environment from their homes, and I also teach children online. So that allows me to teach children across different states across the country and also in other countries as well.
That's amazing.
It's fun.
Yeah. So your first book, The Last Day of School, tell us about that.
That was written during the pandemic. So I had third graders, and I did not expect the school to really shut down. I don't think anyone really expected the school to shut down for real, but it did. And the last day of school was dedicated to those guys because I never really saw them ever again. I was never able to go back and see that class.
That had to be heartbreaking.
That was hard.
Yeah.
So the last day of school is for my third graders and what we did and what memories we made.
Sure. Had you always wanted to be a writer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to write since I was 8. Love writing stories.
So your new book series is called Bear, Beaver, and Bee. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, Bear, Beaver, and Bee is about some fun animals who learn about sharing all during a play date. They go on an adventure through different sorts of activities, and Beaver learns why it's important to share and how much more fun she can have when she shares with her friends after all. And I'm hoping that this gets to be a series. We have another book coming out in August, hopefully.
Yeah. And I mean, sharing, is there a particular reason why you chose that subject as a teacher?
I learned after the pandemic some of the social skills had changed just a little bit. Like we social distanced our students, and that was important, but at post-pandemic, some of the social skills have changed. Just a little. Not for the worse, not for the better. It's just that we need to review. Adults too, right? Yeah.
Now, one thing that's neat about this book is it's bilingual.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about the decision to do that.
Porque también hablo español, and I speak Spanish. So if you take this book and we flip it upside down,
and
it's Spanish.
That's a neat idea. That is wonderful. All right, so you said you wanted to make this a series.
Yes.
So what's next in the series?
We're hoping to have Don't Barf Bear.
Don't Barf Bear?
Don't Barf Bear, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and what will that be about?
Hoping that how we act when we're sick and how that we can not spread our germs and what to do. And we're not feeling well. So that's another book in the series, August.
Don't Barf Bear. I love it. So where can folks find your book?
It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, online.
Okay. All right. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for coming in. She's author from Lewis, and the book, you'll want to get your hands on that. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.